السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته أعزائي طلبة جريد 4. هنتكلم في الفيديو ده عن الديسيمال fraction. First, we need to remember the form of the common fraction. The common fraction is formed from numerator which is in the top, and denominator which is in the bottom. And for example, this is a common fraction, a proper common fraction. There are two methods to read this common fraction: formal reading and the informal reading. Formal reading, we read it as 3/10. That is the formal reading. But the informal reading is 3/10. 3/10. And for example, first, the formal reading: 5/7, 5/7, 9/11, 4/5. The informal reading: 5/7, 9/11, and 4/5. To write the common fraction in the new form, which is a decimal fraction, there is one condition: the denominator must be 10, 100, 1000, and so on. This is the only condition to convert the common fraction into a decimal fraction. How can I convert or write the common fraction as a decimal fraction? All we will do that the numerator is 3. And now, after that, you will ask yourself, the denominator is 10. How many 0 of 10? There is 1 0. Therefore, we will put a decimal point after one digit of this number. 0 is the whole number, which here is 0. It's here not written. In the common fraction, the whole number not written. But in the decimal fraction, it must be written. In the same way, 11, 100. 100 has 2 zeros. Therefore, we will put a decimal point after 2 digits. 1, 2. And put 0 and the whole number, because the whole number also is 0. In the same way, 377. The denominator is 1000. There is 3 zeros of 1000. Therefore, we will put the decimal point after 3 digits. 1, 2, 3 decimal points, and the whole number is 0, which here is 0. 0 in the whole number in the common fraction not written, but in the decimal fraction must be written. For example, how can I convert this mixed numbers because it has a common fraction and a whole number? It's called a mixed number. How can I convert this mixed number into a decimal fraction? Now, 9. 9 is the numerator. Therefore, we will write 9. 10 has 1 0. So, we need to put the decimal point after one digit. The one digit is here. And now, 13 is the whole number. 13 is written because it's not 0. Now, in the same way, 54. The denominator is 100. So, we will put the decimal point after 2 digits. 1, 2 point, and the whole number 249. 462 is the numerator. And the denominator is 1000. We need to put the decimal point after 3 digits. 1, 2, 3 decimal point, and 8 is the whole number. Now, how can I read the decimal fraction? There is two methods to read the decimal fraction: formal reading, informal reading. The formal reading is 13, the whole number first, 13 and 9/10. 13 and 9/10. The same name of the common fraction. 13 and 9/10. 13 and 9/10. Now, the same way, 249 and 54 hundredth, 10th, 100th, and also thousands. $249 and 54 hundredth, 249 and 54 hundredth, 8 and 462 thousandth, 8 and 462 thousandth. It's the former reading. What is the informal reading? The informal reading is 13.9. 13.9. 249.54. 8.462. This is the informal way to read the decimal fraction. Another example. Convert this common fraction into a decimal fraction. 14 is the numerator. There is 10 in the denominator. Therefore, we need to put the decimal point after one decimal place. 1. The decimal point will be here. Now, 14. 14 is the numerator. The denominator is 100. Therefore, we need to put the decimal point after 2 digits. 1, 2. Don't forget, the whole number is 0. We didn't put 0 here because there is a whole number is 1. Remember, and that's because it's improper fraction. Improper fraction. The numerator is greater than the denominator. 14 over 1000. 14 is the numerator. 1000 is the denominator. So you need to put a decimal point after 3 digits. 1, 2. Where is the third? The third is 0. You can use any number of zeros to the left because it's useless. Here we need to find 3 digits, so we will put 1 0 of them. 1, 2, 3, and don't forget the whole number is 0. How can I read them? 1.4. This is the informal reading. The formal reading is 1 and 4 tenths. Why tenth? Because the decimal point after one digit, which is 4. The informal reading, 0.14. 0.14. The formal reading is 14 hundredths. Why hundredths? Because the decimal point after 2 digits. Here, the informal reading, 0.014. The informal reading. The formal reading is 14 thousandth. 14,000. Why thousand? Because the decimal point after 3 decimal points. After 3 decimal places. A common mistake. Look and concentrate and please find the mistake. 15, 4 over 100. Or 15 and 4 hundredths. Remember, 15 and 4 hundredths. Let's do it. Convert this mixed number into a decimal fraction. 4, 15. The denominator is 100. Therefore, we need to put the decimal point after 2 digits. 1, 2. That's a big mistake. Remember the reading, the former reading. 15 and 4 hundredths. It must be the same reading of the decimal fraction. It must be 15 and 4 hundredths. Now, it's not that. So, where is the mistake? The mistake is, please, finish. Write the decimal fraction first. After that, put the whole number in the end. The right way is writing 4 4, just 4. There is 100 in the denominator, therefore we need 2 decimal places. 1, we need 0 to finish it, point, and the whole number in the end, 15. Read. 15 and 400, 15 and 400. There is 2 decimal places. And this is a common mistake. We said that there is one condition to convert the common fraction into a decimal fraction. The denominator must be 10, 100, 1000. What if? What if the denominator is not 10 or 100 or 1000? 5, maybe 20, maybe 20. How can I convert this common fraction into a decimal fraction? First, we have to make the denominator 100, 1000. How? Let's see. 5. Can we make 5 to become 10? There's 2 ways. Multiply 2 or plus 5. That is the only 2 ways to make 5 become anything other. Multiply or divide. Nothing else. Plus or minus is not allowed. 5 decrease to become 10. Therefore, it's multiplied by 2. Therefore, you have to multiply the numerator to 3 multiplied 2 equal 6. Now, the denominator is 10. We can write it in a decimal fraction. 6 is the numerator, and 10 we need to put the decimal point after one digit, which is 6, and the whole number is 0. 0.6. 3 over 5 equals 0.6. 14 over 20. Can we make 20 become 10? Yes, by dividing. Dividing by 2. So, you have to divide by 2 in the numerator. 14 divided by 2 equal 7. 7 over 10. Now I can put 7. The decimal point after one decimal place, which is 7. And the whole number is 0.7. 14 over 20 equals 0.7. 13 over 20. 20, I just convert it into 10 by dividing by 2. Notice what? Notice that the numerator is not divisible by 2. The numerator is not divisible by 2 because it's 13. It's an odd number. Therefore, we can't make the 20 become 10. We can't make 20 10. So, we try to make it a 100. 20 become 100, it decreased. So, it's multiplied. 20 become 100, multiply 5. So, you can multiply 5 in the numerator. 13 multiply 5 equal 65. Now, it's easy to convert it into a decimal fraction. 65 is the numerator, 100 is the denominator. Put the decimal point after 2 decimal places, 1, 2. Now, the whole number is 0. That's how can we convert a common fraction to a decimal fraction. There are some fractions we need to memorize. This fraction you have to memorize. Half. How can I convert half to a decimal fraction? The numerator will be 10. 2 become 10, multiply 5. The numerator multiply 5 equal 5, therefore it will be 0.5. You have to remember half equals 0.5. Coaster. 4 become 10. We can't make 4 become 10. Therefore we'll make it become 100. 4 become 100, multiply 25. 1 multiply 25 equal 25, 0.25. And in the same way, 100 multiply 25 multiply 25 equals 75. You are not in need to make these steps. All you have to do is memorizing that half equal 0.5, quarter equals 0.25, 3 over 4 equal 0.75. And in some way, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 0.125, and finally 0.375.